Salut, j'espère que tu vas bien. Oh là là, je pensais pas que j'arriverais à monter cette émission, mais voilà, c'est fait. J'ai vécu franchement une expérience cinématographique inoubliable au BIF. Et j'ai eu le privilège de rencontrer le talentueux Alvaro Morte avec, franchement, il a un humour de dingue. Et à un moment, le gars arrive et puis il me fait est-ce que l'interview est en espagnol? Ouais, je ma gueule, quoi. J'y ai cru, quoi, tu vois. J'y ai vraiment cru. Alors, le film s'appelle Lost&FOUND, hein, je l'ai dit tantôt. Donc, c'est Jorge Dorado qui est le réalisateur du film. Je trouve qu'il est assez visionnaire. Hein. Franchement, ce film, il m'a plongé, je vais te dire, dans les méandres sombres de l'âme humaine. Franchement. Lost&FOUND, hein, c'est un film espagnol qui a été projeté donc au BIF, hein, et franchement, il m'a profondément touché. Et après, tu vois, j'ai pris le temps nécessaire hein, pour capturer toute son essence, on va dire ça comme ça. Et maintenant, je suis prêt à te partager cette expérience exceptionnelle. Hein, voilà. Et ben voilà, découvre l'interview hein, sur les ondes de panique pour les carnivores, les Saturday Night Panic. Hein. Et franchement, je peux te dire que j'étais stressé parce que j'avais une caméra au même moment qui me lâche et tout, quoi. Ceci dit, je remercie Jonathan du BIF d'avoir pu me donner cette opportunité. Et j'espère que l'interview va vous plaire. Hein, parce que franchement, quand je suis stressé, j'ai vraiment un anglais légendaire. Bon, c'est parti. Jingle ma gueule.
Vous écoutez Radio Panique.
¿Qué me traes?
Están dragando el río. Están sacando mierda a patadas. Mierda de la que te gusta. De la que te pone. Según el forense, era una bebé.
Y no van a investigar. Queremos encontrar algo que puede pertenecerle. Y le necesito encontrar a la madre de ese bebé y usted me va a ayudar. Estoy buscando una chica concreta.
Sara no es como las demás. A ella solo pueden verla ciertos clientes.
Yo te puedo ayudar a saber lo que pasó con tu hija.
Usted no puede estar acá.
Yo solo quería que mi hija tuviera una vida normal.
No puedo esconderte aquí para siempre.
Me van a encontrar igual. En cuestión de tiempo.
Buenas tardes. Me han dicho que aquí puedo recuperar algo que perdí. Sara es una mujer muy valiosa.
Thank you for receiving me.
Thank you.
This is for Radio Panic in Brussels. I saw the movie Lost&FOUND and I really liked it. And
Thank you so much.
can you tell us what attracted you to the screenplay of Lost&FOUND, to your role in particular?
Well, I read the script. The script was written by Nacho Lopez. I like his works. I used to like his work, so it was very easy to me to say yes to the fact of reading the script. And the other thing was like Jorge was behind the direction. We met, in previous works, and we know that we can get some things when we are together in front of a script. So I read the script and I loved this idea of this guy who is taking care of the objects like if they were human beings in a way, kind of. And suddenly he confronts these other people, this kind of organization that treats people like objects. That kind of circle, this confrontation, I thought it was very, very interesting. And also, as I said to you, this fact of being working with Jorge. We were working on that script, how to build up the character Mario. What did we want to see in him? How to create this kind of personality and the construction of the body, the movements and everything. So it was. I think it was a very interesting work together.
Without any spoiler, what is the main issue that the film seeks explore?
Difficult not to do a spoiler. No, the main theme is about, is something that also actually is in the title of the movie. It's like how people treat other people as objects. That's something is usual all around the world, and we don't speak enough about that. So no, that's the subject or the main theme that navigates around the story.
Yeah. The film deals with a very sensitive and dark subject. How did you handle that as an actor? And maybe as a father also.
Because the character is also sensitive and dark. I think that's the trick, or the tool that you use to face, how to treat with this object. And when I say object in this kind of language of the movie, I'm talking about not only pieces of material things, So that's why I think it was very interesting to create, as you said, this kind of sensitive but dark kind of animal guy, in the construction of Mario.
The character you play is very different from your iconic role, La Casa de Papel. How did you approach this transformation?
Well, for me, it's like essential that every new role that I accept, any new project that I accept, it has to be completely different to what I already made, because otherwise I'm not having fun when I'm performing, So I approach every character from a very rational point of view. I make this study of how he is in a psychological way, trying to understand every little piece of his mind. And then when I have that construction, and I have cataloged every objective and subjective way of thinking in this guy, I begin with the physical construction, trying to do something that connects with the information that you want to give about this guy, because you have sometimes information in the script, but that's just a little percentage of everything that you can send to the audience who's watching the movie. So thinking about what the information that I have in the script and what I think that they should understand of how is the character, I try to connect everything together, the script, the psychological study, and the body movement construction to put something together.
And how did you work with the other actors to create believable on-screen relationship?
I mean, are you talking to me? Well, it was kind of easy. I mean, the script was kind of clear, the path that we had to follow. And then there was Jorge trying to dare us, try to play with us. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Everybody who was related to the movie was in a very good mood to play around with the scenes, try to discover new things, what is hidden, underneath the text, underneath the lines, which other information can we add. Luckily, we had a bunch of amazing actors working in this movie. I feel so lucky because I learned a lot of all of them.
Was there a scene in particular that challenged you as an actor?
Well, there was one under the rain was kind of interesting to work that because I don't want to make any spoiler. And I remember another one who was also kind of a kind of a trip, trying to find the darkest but delicate piece of heart of this guy when he's in the hospital and he's completely broken, and he has this conversation with his friend, who is a woman, and she's asking him like, what are you doing? And he tries to understand what is he actually doing by telling these words to her. So that was something kind of more delicate, but for me it was very interesting as well.
I also remember that moment. I was asking you to have a smile in a really powerful scene, and I said, "Yeah, now you smile."
Wonderful. It was
And now
wonderful.
I said, "I'm not gonna do that, Jorge. I'm not gonna do that." I was speaking with him for weeks. I think in this scene you shouldn't smile. It's a joke, isn't it? No, it's not a joke. And then I remember, as soon as I have the take, I wanted to be sure that the take is there. I said, "Okay, we have the scene. The shot is amazing. The scene is amazing. Now let's explore the smile." And he did it, and it's in the movie.
Last question. What message do you hope audience take away after watching Lost and Found?
It's always difficult it's always was thinking when I make a movie, like I really like the parking lot moment. I call that when everybody goes out to the cinema and go to the parking lot to take the car, and then they have a conversation about the movie. So that's my favorite moment, is outside the movie when the audience speak about. I don't know. I think I don't like when there is a theme around the story. I don't imagine the people speaking about, oh, have you seen the theme have you seen what the story is trying to tell us? I don't think, that's possible. It's something that preferably comes to you, but you don't notice. But I think I would love if they are, feel the connection with the characters, and they feel for them. And that's what I try at the very end. I try to do something really emotional ending, just to be sure that everybody gets caught by that emotion.
Thank you so much for your questions.
You're very welcome.
Have to